What's up, guys? Welcome to the Metal Roofing channel. I'm Thad Barnette. Today we're looking at paint pens, and we are going to be testing to find out how far a paint pen will go and what you get for your money. There's really two main operations that we see these used on. It's going to be for small scratches on a painted metal surface. You want to remember that these are not for large touch-up areas, only small scratches, because this air dry paint will fade at a different rate than baked on PVDF paint. The other place this can be used on is cut edges on metal panels to prevent some of that rusting around those cut edges, especially on steel substrates. So basically the way I'm going to test this today, it's pretty simple setup. I've got a metal panel behind me. I've got 12 inches marked, and all I'm going to do is prep the pen, and I'm going to draw a bunch of 12-inch lines and see how many we can come up with. So let's review how to actually use a paint pen and a couple tips on it first. Remember to store them horizontally, and then when you go to use them, we're going to shake well with the cap on. We're going to get a piece of cardboard, and we're going to prime the nib of the pen. Make sure the paint starts flowing before we apply it onto our metal panel. Let's go check it out, see how many lines we can make. Okay, this is lasting longer than I thought I was going to. There's 190 12-inch lines on this panel right now. So we're gonna throw another panel up and keep going, see how many more we can get. Okay, well, I never thought that I'd say I've drawn 780 lines using a paint pen on a metal roofing panel, but that's what we just did. 780 12-inch lines over 4 panels, and we ran out of panels, so I think we're gonna have to call it here. There's a couple variables in our test today. Obviously, we're not out in the elements and the weather. Your results may vary if you have different humidity, different temperature, things like that. Drawing 780 lines with a paint pen also taught me a lot of things about a paint pen. First of all, I kept priming the paint pen every 5 to 10 feet, and that really helped give a darker line. I didn't do that as much in the beginning, and maybe I would have used up the paint pen quicker if I did. The other thing is I used both sides of the pen's tip. Because when it fills with paint, you can use one side until it's dry pretty much, and then the other side still has paint on it. So using both sides helped me get more even coverage as well. And again, this is for small areas. So you may have to go over once, twice, or 3 times over a small scratch to cover it. When you're doing a cut edge, I think just one time would be fine probably, but remember to prime every few feet or so. That's really gonna help a lot. Because this is a pretty steep slope, I tried to angle the pen vertically as much as I could to keep the paint flowing with the flow of gravity. So try to keep that in mind as well. Again, I didn't do that as much in the beginning, but I'm not really sure how much of a difference that makes, especially if you prime the pen. So that's where we're gonna end it. Comment down below if you have any questions. Contact Sheffield Metals if you want to get your paint pen for your project. Subscribe here to the Metal Roofing channel. As always, I'm Thad Barnette. We'll catch you next time.